Good afternoon. This is Bob 423. What you see in front of you is an iPad on the left-hand side, iPad Pro 12.9. On the right-hand side is a portable monitor, 18.5 inch. Now, what we're going to talk about today is how to get a screen off the monitor, off the iPad onto the monitor. You always could do screen replication or casting from an iPad to a larger screen, but you couldn't do a lot with it. But if you have a keyboard that has a Bluetooth connection to your iPad and a mouse with a Bluetooth connection to the iPad, then things become more interesting. Now let's look at this connection, and the only connection between the iPad and the screen is a USB-C cable. It powers the iPad from its battery, and also powers the 18.5 inch screen. A very simple setup. Turn your iPad on, plug in one cable, and the other end of the cable to the 18.5 inch screen, and have a Bluetooth cable, iPad capable screen keyboard as well as a mouse, and you're in business. So let's see what we can do here. First, we're going to see if we get Aqua Map up on the alternate screen. So that's Aqua Map. Has a bunch of routes on it. And let's zoom in a bit. And let's get rid of some of these routes that we'll just erase them. We'll show you how to do this better on the example. Okay, now we'll expand this. You notice that the left-hand side shows you 47B, the right-hand side shows you 46. Now let's see what that looks like on the larger screen. There's three dots at the top. You tap that. One says Move to Display. And voila. On the right-hand side, you have the display that was on the iPad, but with a difference. The difference being that 47B is here, 46 is over there, and all this extra space that is occupied by more data. So now you see a broader picture of what you want to see that the iPad doesn't show because of the screen size is too narrow. This is the 16:9 format, so you see a broader area than what the iPad could show. But that's nice, but what can you do with it? Well, let's see. For one thing, let's form a route. Like this. And let's move it down to where we want it. You move it down to right here, on top of the route. Move this down, go to right here. That's nice. And we'll go here, and move this starting point up here. Now it looks like we're missing a little bit right here. Let's click on that point. There you go. Now you move it. And maybe I don't want that point, or maybe I want it somewhere else, or I don't want it at all. Get rid of it. There we go. Whoops, I think I'll put it back in. So click and move it back in. You can do everything with the mouse that you used to be able to do with your finger, but with a bigger screen and brighter screen, it's easier to do. Let's name it. Let's say stop editing. We'll save the changes and give it a name. Edit here. What do we want to call it? I'm using the keyboard to do this. We'll put in new, something really original here, new route. Something to make it original and unique. There it is. So now we'll go back to the route itself and see Think of a new route, all the details, and you can send it to whoever you want to send it to. Share, you get the same type of screen you get on the iPad. You have full choice of where you want it to go. Now, the guys at the iPad at the Aqua Map was very good. I mean, they got this, they nailed this interface. Not all companies or iPads apps are suitable. Let's look at TZ. It's a big company, moved to display. Now, true enough, it's bigger, easier to see, but it's not using the entire screen. And although when I click the full screen on the Aqua Map, it occupies the entire screen, T0 does not. Garmin's Navionics has the same problem. All the native apps, however, work fine. Let's hit Photos. We'll move that to display. And there you go. So you get the full screen. You're seeing more. You're not just seeing a repeat of what's on the iPad. You see more real estate. And if you want a bigger screen, get a 27-inch, 32-inch, whatever it is. If you're in a cockpit in a powerboat, for example, and everything's all protected, you may want a bigger screen to navigate by. Put the iPad off to the side to connect the two wires, and here you go. Have the advantage of a bigger screen to see everything. It's actually brighter than the iPad screen. This is at half brightness, and use that to navigate by instead of the iPad screen. You have the advantage of all the options and extras iPad uses, but with a bigger screen. Let's minimize and get back to the iPad. There we go. You also have all the options that you would have that you can operate on the iPad itself. It's all there. Okay. For example, there's the tides. And there you go. It's really quite nice. So in the article itself, you'll see more detail relative to what the exact specifications are of what I do and what I use. But just know that if you want a big screen, perhaps in the comforts of your home, or if it's suitable in a cockpit, it's protected, you can get the bigger screen or even bigger than 18.5 and navigate by that instead of the iPad. With the iPad protected, on low temperature, whatever, I mean, it could be a very stable machine, not needing any special care relative to heating, and everything's on the big screen. So that's it for now. Safe travels, happy boating. I'll see you next time.